All right, welcome back. So we pulled the jet skis out of the water. First thing, all right, so the ram mount system, let's talk about that. So this is a 6-inch double 1-inch ball in the end, and I bought this, brought it down here thinking, oh, you know, I could record us doing some drag racing with the ram mount. But if you look, the stud is a 1/4 inch long. If you look down here, well, you know that one's off because I said that in the other video. But if you look down here, guess what? Yeah, it never threads in. So you need one that's longer than a 1/4 inch. So yeah, made that mistake, but moving on. All right, of course the Sunspot. The GPS card, installed that. Underneath here, don't know if you can see that, 2 10 mils, yank those out, pull this down, there's a little screw cap back there, unscrew that, slide the little dongle in, button everything back up, and your GPS is actually usable, kind of. There's the sun behind me, but white screen, yeah. So I experienced that earlier on the water. I had to turn off the jet ski, restart it 3 times before the map would actually load. And as you can see, the map is not loading. So that was kind of irritating. And you can't do anything if you're moving. You got to be stopped. So if you want to add some waypoints or whatever, yeah, you got to be in neutral or going very slow and forward. Yes, continue. But as you can see, we're sitting here stationary and it hasn't loaded yet, which was very annoying. All right, the trim control. I had it on performance, launch control and everything. It never went above neutral trim. And I was doing everything I could. It was either all the way down or at neutral. It never went up in here. So I was like, all right, I'm done with this. And I just put it back on manual and did the trim myself. All right, as per another YouTuber, I was wondering why this thing was using fuel so much, right? It was down to 3 bars last time, and I rode it for what, 3 hours, and half of that was the break-in period. And come to find out that these have had 18.5 gallon tanks forever, but I guess the sensor or the sending unit is different. And when I was getting down to 1/3 of a tank and pushing it through a turn, you know, it started screaming at me. Well, at 1/3 of a tank, I put exactly 10 gallons in, and it was completely full, completely, like all the way up through the neck of the fill tube and everything. So there is a tech bulletin out, and I think I can take it to the Yamaha place and have it reflashed or whatever, and that might fix it. But it's a little disappointing that, you know, Yamaha doesn't tell you or doesn't fix this problem, right? Hey, we messed up. Let's fix this problem. And, you know, you got to just complain, I guess, take it to a dealership. So, yeah. So if this reads low, you probably have more fuel than you think you have. All right, the trip information. 4.2 hours. All right, fuel average, 1.3 miles per gallon. That's probably right. Engine hours, 4.2. So the second the jet ski shuts off, it wipes out trip distance, fuel used, and fuel rate. There's no way to save it that I've found. Jet ski turned off because I was resetting the GPS that didn't work, and it's still not working, and it got rid of all that, which that's annoying. All right, drive control, yeah, we don't need to talk about it anymore. Stereo not equipped now. The phone. So I called my buddy from my phone, and it called him, and his number popped up here, but his name didn't pop up. It was just the number. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird as well. So yeah, that's a little disappointing. All right. Down here. All right. Now, when we were putting on the floating dock, it has rollers on it. And the right side, it looks really good. The rollers didn't mar it at all. But stepping over to the left side, it is it's marred up pretty good on the left side. Now this will come off with just a little bit of buffing. I can actually take my finger and kind of rub it off. So yeah, if you're putting it on a floating dock, you might expect some of this, and it being, you know, the black hull, that probably isn't helping either. All right, in here, I had a couple rogue waves come up over the front, and yeah, it got water in here, which I had the other life vest in here, so now I'm drying everything out. So definitely not waterproof at all. Still no fire extinguisher. Yamaha bumpers. These are $100 a set. Definitely recommend. And you can pull them up. I just left these the way they were, but yeah, they hook on fairly easy, come off fairly easy, have suction cup. So yeah, if you're docking your jet ski, recommend those for sure. All right, what else? Oh, the drag race. So this one, and I don't know if you can see the red show in the background. We drag raced those yesterday, switched people on and off, different body weights, stuff like that. Both were full of fuel. This one came out of the gate a little faster, and it did win every time, but it didn't win by a lot. You know, 30 pounds difference. That's 210 horsepower. This is 250. Did it win? Yes. Did it win by as much as I thought it would? Not really. So we're going to change a couple things. One being the exhaust. Stand by while I take this thing apart. All right. And I have a Riva power intake and a Riva exhaust. Now there's a lot of plastic in here, like it's ridiculous. So gonna change the exhaust, gonna change the intake. As you can see, I already have this little guy on here, which everyone said make sure you put that on when you first get the jet ski, so I did. So that's 35 bucks from Riva. I think the power intake was like 320 maybe. And I'm not doing the haul through exhaust because I don't want to cut the haul yet, but I think it was 210 or somewhere around there. So we're gonna do that. All right, the phone charger I hooked up, and I don't know how many amps it is, but it's not many because it barely charged my phone at all after 40 minutes. So yeah. All right. One of my biggest complaints, no cleats. The HO up there has cleats. The SHO does not. SVHO does not. Now I think the limited one comes with cleats, but I think it's pretty ridiculous that after taxes and all the nonsense, you spend 20 grand, no cleats, really? But you get this. Yeah, let's hook something up here so it topples the jet ski of the dock. All right, and look, they even made it so you could take this off and replace it when it breaks. So, good job, Yamaha. But yeah, we're gonna get it back home, wash it up, and I'll probably do the intake and the exhaust here this winter. Other than that, it performed really good. Yeah, the whole auto trim control, I'm not really sold on that. So, stay tuned for more. And yeah, we'll clean her up, and I'll keep you posted on the intake, the exhaust, and me buffing out all the scratches that I crossed. So all right, Slingshot engage. I gotta go wash our RV. Talk to you later.